Bombaru, everybody. Hold on, why isn't the game on? There we go. Okay, now it's on screen. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Hello, Anthony. Hello, Neko. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Okay. So I suppose now it's time for us to continue. Hold on, game. There we go. There we go. Now we can move and stuff. Let's see what we gotta do, where we gotta go.
まだ考え中。
とえ、あんたねお前しだせはんがま。
We gotta talk to people before we do stuff. I can't remember. Hi, Gay. Hello, Rabiel. Welcome.
思いつくまで待ってやる。頭絞って考えな。
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I think we gotta go through here and go through the ship and talk to some people before we can make progress. No, I don't need any weapons. My characters are all over-leveled anyway. Hello, lady. Wait, no, come back. Come back. I want to talk. No. There we go. Oh. I wouldn't even be able to understand you anyway. Yeah, all of these characters speak Albed. So, and this is just the thing for transferring Albed primers through save files. Hello, Incendo. Why are you running? Why are you running? Good question. Do monsters still show up in here? I wonder. Probably not. I have a feeling they were only showing up because of, yeah. Because of that one boss. And you guys all speak Albed. I think, if I remember correctly, when you talk to that lady, she actually tells you why she's running. If I remember correctly, I can't remember for certain. Why is that dude running in circles around that person? That's me levels of not having anything better to do. Look, when you're an NPC in an RPG, especially an old JRPG, the physical actions that you take typically don't mean a damn thing. Typically, you're just kind of just walking aimlessly, waiting for the main character to walk up and talk to you so that you can say your one line of dialogue and then you go about your business some more.
逃げているように聞こえる。言う名には似合わない。
うん、ありがとう。決まり。
あのさ、決まりはなんかいい考えない？
エボンの教えだ。
教えじゃ真は倒せないよ。
教えの中に答えはない。答えは教えの外にある。教えの中と外を知れば答えは見つかる。
教えか。
決まりならマイカに聞く。力ずくでも喋らせる。
それだ。決まりすげえよ。
That's right, Kamari. We're gonna sing and do stuff. I think that's what he was talking about, because I know that's the next thing that we gotta do. We're gonna make a whole bunch of noise to get Dad's attention, and then we're gonna go fight Dad. Because that's the next thing that we gotta do, is we gotta go fight Dad. Because,
すんげえこと考えたぞ。
私が思いついたんだよ。
we discussed this in, the last, Learn Japanese to Survive, game stream, but we're not going to be able to get the extra Aeons, unfortunately, because I forgot about one of the things that they changed in the HD remaster, with the inclusion of the Dark Aeons. Basically makes it so that we can't go back to the old, Cloister of Trials and get the items that we missed. Though I was also thinking, I know that of the trials, one of the ones that we didn't do, or one of the ones that we actually did get the item, I believe, is the one from Shiva's temple. And Shiva is one of the Dark Aeons who's guarding her place. So, I think if we check our key items and we have the one from Valifor's temple, because Valifor is the other one, then theoretically we could get Anima. But is there no way to sort the key items? It does not appear that there is a way to sort the key items. Okay, so that didn't answer my questions. Oh well, we'll see. The woman who was manifesting cursed energy is not there anymore, so I need to put my phone down before my Twitter addiction gets worse. Twitter is bad about that. You gotta be careful. Jack be like, hey, stop singing that flop. No, the whole point is that he loves that song. That's why he loves it so much. That's why he comes out when we sang it. When we sangs it is because he likes it. He likes it a lot. NPCs be like, we exist to fulfill the sense that this world is full and alive and make you forget we're actually all alone in this world. Anyway, wanna help me find my kitty? That is very much how JRPG NPCs function. Looks like you'll have to talk to random NPCs for vague hints you already knew. He gets mad, you say he likes deuce. Those sure are items. Must mean he's in this bathhouse. I want to go to a bathhouse. I want to go to an onsen. That's something I didn't do the one time I went to Japan. I wish I did. Because that seems cool and relaxing. Great Bridge. Because here's Besaid. If we go there, then we will initiate a battle with Dark Valifor. And then if we go here, it'll activate a battle with Dark Shiva. Okay. I'm actually curious. I want to see if we have the two items from those two temples. I have a feeling that we probably don't have both of them. And if we don't have both of them, then we won't be able to do anything. Because, I'm not going to put in the time that it takes to make our character strong enough to fight the Dark Aeons, because that would just be entirely too much work. But give me a second. I'm going to try to do some looking up of some information to see what it is that we need. Okay. Okay, so the one from Besaid is called the Rod of Wisdom. Yeah, I don't think we have that. Don't think. I'm just trying to find the names of the items. Why? Why are you guys making it so hard to just give me the name of the items? Okay, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately we did not get the one from Besaid, so unfortunately I think that means that we're shit out of luck. Great Bridge, is that where Gilgamesh is? That dude on Titus's left, he can get it. You're talking about Sid. That's this game's Sid. This is Sid in 10. He's also Yuna's uncle, which makes him Riku's uncle, I think, as well, since they're cousins. What about Balthier and Bosch from 12? They're also good. Maybe I should add him to my underrated characters I could make fan art of. Please do. There's not nearly enough fan art of Final Fantasy X Sid. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately that confirms it. We're not going to be able to get Anima and the rest, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I made that promise in the last Final Fantasy stream, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do it. So unfortunately we'll just have to continue with the plot instead. I hope that will be sufficiently sufficient, I guess. Shalinda to the rescue!
あなたたちユーナ様に何てことするんですか。ユーナ様が反逆者だというのはアルベド族が流したデマです。何それ。マイカ様がおっしゃいました。
では自分たちはどうすれば。
下がってなさい。そうしなさい。さっきの話どういうことさ。本当は私にもよくわからないんです。寺院全体がドタバタ混乱していて、私も昨日
Me about to be one of 13 people who make Killer 7 NSFW fan art. I mean, if you make it in the style of Killer 7, that would be pretty fucking cool. I don't know very much about the characters of Killer 7, but I know that the game has a really awesome art style.
もうエボンはどうなってしまうのでしょう。でも他の人が慌てているなら私がしっかりしないとですよね。ユーナ様も頑張ってらっしゃるんです。私だって弱音は吐けません。
それよっかさ、マイカソローチに会いたいんだけど、できる？
はい、大丈夫だと思います。裁判のまでお待ちください。あ、ちょっと待って。アルベドの流したデマって何さ。
気にするな。マイカもユーナに頼るしかないのだ。
はあ、そういうことか。
虫がいいにも程があるわね。
じゃあ説教してやるっすよ。
うん、行こう。
今さら何をしろというのだ。早く秦を倒せばよかろう。ユーナレスカにまみえ究極召喚を得たのであろう。
ユーナレスカにあったけどさ。
私たちで倒しました。
なんと。
もはや召喚師とガードが究極召喚の犠牲になることはない。
1000年の断りを
Iron Tiger from BlazBlue. I like him, but I like Bang Shishigami even more.
何をしたか分かっておるのか。真を鎮めるただ一つの方法であったものを。
ただ一つなんて決めつけんなよ。新しい方法考えてる。
そのような方法などありはせぬわ。
Big spoilers for Final Fantasy X. Sora gay.
スピラの救いは失われた。もはや破滅は免れぬ。エボンジュが作り上げた死の螺旋に落ちゆくのみよ。わしはスピラの終焉を見とうない。
終わりにはしません。
なあ、エゴンジュって。
ユーナレスカ様もおっしゃってたわ。
ちょっとじいさん、エボンジュって何なのよ。
死せる魂を寄せ集め鎧に変えてまとうもの。その鎧こそ真に他ならぬ。真はエボンジュを守る鎧。
Looks up Iron Tiger. Marge. As long as you don't get shot by a biplane. Bang Shishigami is the boss of everything, and ninjas shouldn't be loud as fuck like Naruto, but much worse, believe it. The difference is that, unlike Naruto, Bang Shishigami is hot as fuck.
まだ来ないぞ。いつまで待たせる気だ。
変ですね。私探してきますね。
お前。
僕の部屋へ来て。はい。
Hey Yuna? Yuna? Sweetie Pumpkin? When the ghostly image of a young boy appears before you and says, "Hey, come to my room," probably don't do that. And yet she does.
やあ、いつもお世話になっています。
で、なんだ。
真を復活させずに倒す方法、わかった？
That video is an art piece. It's so good. Yeah, sure. Ebonjou. Darn these kanji that I can't read. Oh wait, no. The last kanji in this one is a song. Hold on. Let me open the software that is for this very purpose. Come to me, J. Glossator. No. Okay. Alright, that's what I thought. First one is Inori no Uta, the Song of Prayer. So I'm assuming that's the Japanese way of saying the Hymn of the Faith. And just for posterity, let's see what the other options say. I know the second one says Ebonju o, and then that's some kanji I don't know. Ebonju o Taos. Okay, yeah, obviously we're gonna fucking kill it. We already know that part. And then Honto wa wakaranai. Okay, I already know what that means. That just means I actually don't know. So we're not gonna pick that. We're gonna pick the Hymn of the Faith, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sing the Hymn of the Faith, and then it's gonna bring my whale dad out, and then we're gonna beat up my whale dad. They already had the audacity of making Boruto Made the biggest mistake of making none of the characters hot.
そうかもしれないけどさ
Are none of the characters in Boruto hot? I only know a few of them. To be honest, I already stopped paying a lot of attention to the Naruto franchise long before Boruto came along,
俺はただの
so I don't know a ton about
だ
Boruto.
ろ
夢
なあこっちの話
The only thing I know is that people give a lot of the Boruto characters shit for having stupid names, as if the characters from Naruto didn't already have incredibly stupid names.
エボンジュ倒す
そうエボンジュを倒せば終わる。ねえエボンジュのことどれぐらい知ってる？
シンが復活する鍵
真という鎧をまとった存在。
エボンジュはね昔召喚師だった。
Titus picks the wrong choice and everyone starts singing Bad Romance.
ただ召喚を続けているだけの存在。悪意も善意もなく永遠の夢を願っているだけの存在。
I would like to see it.
永遠なんてないのにね。
None of the established characters
俺たちが終わらせるから
aged up well. I can understand that.
究極召喚でシンを倒してもエボンジュは倒せない。エボンジュは究極召喚
I do see a lot of porn of adult Naruto. He seems pretty cute, but
エボンジュが
not nearly as attractive as like the daddies from the original Naruto, like Asuma and shit like
エボ
that.
ンジュは
So
召喚を続けるんだ。
永遠にか
でも君たちが終わらせるから永遠なんてない。
うん
エボンジュは
for the uninitiated, what is happening right now is we are discussing with
僕たちも倒せる
um
からエボンジュと戦うときは
this ghost boy what we're going to do
君たち
in order
の手を
to
じゃ倒せないと思う。 だから
finally bring an end to this whole situation.
はい
And basically, we're gonna sing this prayer song that we're hearing in the background because our dad likes this song. It makes him happy. So theoretically, if we all sing it, it will make him come to us. And then we're going to fight him. And then afterward, we're gonna go fight Yevon himself, who is like the god of the religion and everything, except he's actually a
なんでもない
dead person. It's complicated because
俺たちシンを倒せるんだ
the religion was all started by a man who died 1,000 years ago when Xanarkand was destroyed originally or something.
隠してない
本当に
And then this is also the point where Yuna starts to realize that Titus is probably going to disappear. Like he hasn't confirmed it to her yet, but she's starting to put two and two together that her time with Titus is probably limited.
それもういいんだ
そうですか。そうだ。
Choji though, man,
頼んでもいい？
like come on, like
ああそうそう
ね。
I want to hug that man so bad. Oh, I forgot about, yeah, you're right. Adult Choji, I actually do find pretty hot. I have seen porn of him. He's pretty hot.
それが聞こえたら
Adult Choji is pretty cute depending on who is drawing him.
ピラジュに伝えてくれ
意味がわかりません。なんでもいいの。このまま伝えて。
Adult Choji is pretty cute depending on who draws him.
祈りの歌を歌う。
Wumji
それが聞こえたら
Hongjiang on Twitter drew him so cute, but like NSFW.
シンを倒せるかもしれ
Yeah,
ない
I've seen a couple artists draw Adult Choji and draw him really cute.
すごいです。
I have
任せてください。
technically never seen what he actually looks like in the show, so I don't know how much those artists are embellishing when they draw him, but okay. Are we ready, everybody? We're gonna sing And then we're gonna fight Whale Dad. Let's do this, I suppose.
いいぜシンとの最終決戦ってやつをよ
I am still a little disappointed that we're not gonna be able to
おーし
get all the other Aeons, but I unfortunately forgot that they made that change when they made the HD remaster.
随分単純な答えじゃねえか
Apparently, as long as I had gone back to the temples before we went to Xanarkand,
で
I could have technically done
頼
it.
むよ
So of course I had to go to Xanarkand and beat the shit out of Unalesca before I found out that you had to not go to Xanarkand and beat the shit out of Unalesca.
どうだ
バッチリ
I am sorry. I feel really bad. I don't know, Boruto Choji is a downgrade compared to Shippuden Choji. I liked Shippuden Choji's design as well. I liked original Choji's design. To be honest, I've kind of just always really liked Choji's design.
空飛ぶ船が歌うか。
あとはみんなが
But my favorite Naruto character has always been, at least when it comes to design, my favorite Naruto character has always been Asuma. In fact, Asuma is the only reason that I ever started reading Naruto in the first place, was because I had seen sexy fan art of Asuma, and then
だね
I saw the front cover of an issue of Shonen Jump, and I saw Naruto on the cover, and he was wearing the same headband that Asuma was wearing, and I was like, hey, I know what that is. That's that thing that one sexy guy I see a lot of sexy fan art on the internet wear. So then I bought it, and that's how I started reading Naruto. And then I started to get very bored with Naruto because the hot characters were not spending nearly enough time in the actual
それ
comic.
はどえらい作戦じゃねえかトタギワイユムアトフゲ
Kiba was always my favorite. Kiba is good too. I like Kiba, Shikamaru, Choji. Of all of the students, those I think were probably my favorite.
思いっきりやってこい
Unalesca not only bricked your computer, but she also cucked you getting Anima. Yeah, yeah.
リュックたのむ任せとけ
Don't worry, Aniki. We'll protect your cousin. Okay, I don't think we need any items. Pretty sure all we need... You know, I would find it really funny if monsters start spawning in this room again. Since we are technically in another situation where I think we're locked into fighting Sin, and that's just where we are. I don't think we can do anything else. But it does not appear that it did it this time. Also loved Hinata. I was really surprised Naruto actually married her. I was pretty surprised too. I was convinced that since he spent like the whole beginning of the story being absolutely obsessed with Sakura, that they were just going to pair him with Sakura by default.
本当だわ
But I agree. I also loved Hinata a lot, and I was really glad that they ended up hooking him up with Hinata.
期待に応えるっす
Hinata is precious. I love her.
ユーナこれもういらないだろいらないよな
Honestly, it's very cute. It was like, hey, I found this video you made that you were planning on giving us when you ultimately killed yourself, and now we've determined you're not going to do that, so you don't need it. And she's like, you're right, I'm not gonna kill myself, so let's just, it's fine, go ahead and throw it. I love this cutscene, or not this cutscene specifically, but like these couple of pre-rendered cutscenes. Even though they're kind of pointless, like they don't really move the plot along. They're just kind of supposed to further add to the whole, look at how destructive Sin is. But it looks really cool. Y'all remember at Naruto's wedding, and almost everyone had someone, Sakura all by herself waiting for Sasuke to come back after abandoning her in Sarada. So she's basically a single mother. Oh my god. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with all the stuff that happened in Naruto because I kind of fell off it really early. But I do love all the memes about how Sasuke was basically just a pump and dump, got Sakura pregnant, and then left, and has been a deadbeat father. They do make me laugh as someone who always thought that Sasuke kind of sucked and never understood why people thought he was so cool. I appreciate that in the aftermath of the series, everyone just clowns on him for sucking so much. Sasuke is just buying milk. What are you talking about? Wasn't one of the plot points of Boruto that Sasuke hurried and gave his child to Sakura to take care? I don't know about that. That might be possible. But Dad, we got milk. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. You can't attack it from all the way over there. So we need Waka. Because you can hit it. Yeah. And then Lulu. You can use magic. Hence the glasses. That's like I said, I don't know a ton. Kamari, I think we're gonna have you. You're gonna use that. Okay, yeah, you can use that from a distance, so that's fine. Okay. Titus be like, trust me, he wasn't getting. Yeah, Titus can give her advice on what it's like to have an absent father figure. Poor Sarada. I feel like of all the characters in Boruto, I'm pretty sure I think she probably gets more fan art than anyone else. And her design is cute. I will say that. She may be Sasuke's kid, but... Ouchies. Never mind, that ain't it. Oof. Did it turn out that is not a plot point? Oh, you know what I should have done before we started all of this? Should have went and got all of Yuna's overdrives. Like all the Aeon overdrives so that I can just spam them. At least when during the final stage when we're fighting Whale Dad head on. I don't know. Hopefully we won't need it. I think either way we'll be fine. Yeah, get weirdly close up in there with the camera. That's what we need. Which is weird because Karin simped for Sasuke. I mean, a lot of characters simped for Sasuke. What's her name was also a simp for Sasuke in the early parts. What's her name? Ino? Was that her name? The girl who was like the blonde one. Okay.
飯に一発かましてやら。おら、そこで待機しろ。行くぞ。
Right, now we're gonna explode off Whale Dad's arm. Now we're gonna go do the same thing to the other arm.
やった。お前らもよくやったじゃねえか。おし、この勢いで反対側もやっちゃう。
You have to weaken Whale Dad a few more times before we can fly into his mouth. I feel like some of the things that we're doing before we fly into Whale Dad's mouth are kind of pointless, but you know what? Whatever. A lot of real world people simped for him too. Yeah, like I said, I never understood why he was so popular, and I'm glad people eventually turned on him because never understood it. Question, where were those in the last airship fight? Good question. There's a lot of questions about the airship I have, like, why have you not just, like, used the lasers to solve most of your problems? When my man said, "Ora," felt it. I agree. I love, like, Japanese toxic masculinity speech. Like, it gets me so wet. It's so hot. I love it so much. That pulsating thing, girl, that's a booty hole. I mean, I don't know if you have a booty hole on your arm. I feel like most people don't have one of those. If you have one of those, you might want to see a doctor. Stop. Okay. You use that. Because you're not doing all that much damage anyway. So you're going to be the healer for a moment. Damn, I have a lot of mega potions. Must have been from all the stealing I was doing while I was level grinding. 'Cause I don't think you can buy those. At least I don't think you can. What, like Fist of the North Star? Yes. Yes. I love that that way of speaking in Japanese is just sexy. Never read it, but is Fist of the North Star about fisting? It depends on what your definition of fisting is. Because some would say yes. Actually, I have a funny story about that. So I've spoken before about how my family is like deeply religious, and how that has caused problems between me and my family. To put it in perspective, if you guys are familiar with Flanders from The Simpsons, that's a lot like what my father is like. He's very religious. He's very traditional, but he also avoids a lot of like what you would consider extremely typical hyper masculine personality traits, just because they're seen as, you know, rude and aggressive, and that's just not really, that's also not something that my family agrees with. They believe that people should try to be, you know, they believe people are expected to be very proper and stuff. No cursing and all that type of thing. So so my dad's a bit ignorant about what certain terms mean, and I was spending time over at my parents' house, and I was watching a YouTube video. So he's the church youth group leader type. Got it. Pretty much. My dad is actually a preacher. So yeah, that is actually a pretty accurate way to describe my dad. But so I was watching a video while I was at my parents' house. It was specifically a YouTube video. It was a Drawfee video, if you guys are familiar with the YouTubers Drawfee. Oh. One moment, please. Someone appears to be at my door. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Someone came over that I didn't realize was coming over, but they were coming over from my roommate anyway, so it's all good. I'm not indisposed now or anything like that. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. No, not quite. It's someone I know. I didn't realize that they were coming over. But so anyway, there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Anyway, I was at my parents' house and I'm watching a Drawfee video. Specifically, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they're like a comedy channel. They do art stuff. And the episode in particular, they were drawing stuff based on like goofy anime titles, like actual titles of goofy anime. And one of them had the word fist in the title, and it got them all, you know, making jokes about fisting. Because, you know, we're all toddlers, so we think that's funny. And so they kept saying fisting and fisting and fisting, but they weren't, you know, actually saying anything lewd. And they weren't like really mentioning what fisting actually is. They were just saying the word. And so I'm watching this video on the television screen in my parents' living room, and my father is sort of half paying attention, like while he's doing his own thing, and I'm also doing my own thing while the video is just playing in the background. So my dad hears this, and my dad, my poor, innocent, childlike father, who has no idea what the word fisting means in any sexual connotation, hears the word and seemingly presumes that that is just another way of saying like punch or beat up or something like that. Hey little bro, I came to watch. I called off work due to really needing the break. I understand that. I've done that multiple times. I cannot blame you. I hope that you're taking some time away from work and relaxing. Oh no. Yeah, Onyx can tell where this conversation's going. But my dad, assuming that the word fist as a verb was just another way of saying beat up, jokingly looks to me and shakes his fist at me and tells me that he's going to fist me. And I just look at him and I just very calmly said, Dad, I'm not going to tell you what that means, but please don't ever say that to me ever again. That was a fun day. His father is now yassified. Oh my god. All right. Well, since you are here now, Kage, I want to let you know as well, because I don't think you were here either of the previous times that we mentioned it. I have unfortunately decided that we are not going to get the extra summons because unfortunately in this HD remaster of the game, they added some super bosses to the map that if we try to go back to the places that we need to go to in order to get the items that we need in order to get the extra summons will get locked into fighting these super bosses that we're just not strong enough to fight. And so, unfortunately, we're kind of locked out of that at this point. So, as much as I would like to, we kind of can't really do it. So, I just figured I'd let you know that that's why we're not doing that. We're just moving forward with the plot. Baloo died inside of laughter that day. This will make Goose stream highlight. The good thing about being the only person who knows English in my family is that nothing like that comes up. That is, I can, yeah, I feel like you would be a lot safer in that situation. Though, something you brought up just a moment ago, that I'm sure, even without access to the English language, your father, probably found quite entertaining was that Five Nights at Freddy's but cupcake video that you brought up. For those that might not be in the know, there is a video on YouTube that is just a compilation of all of the jump scares from every Five Nights at Freddy's video game, but they replace the audio with clips of the singer Cupcake making sexual noises. You don't need to understand English to understand that she's making some very sexual noises.
芯の中にいるやつを倒さなくちゃならない。
これだけで倒せたら討伐隊だって苦労しねえよな。
でも
Imagine in an argument he just says, "I'm a fist you all." Thankfully, after I told him that, I think he got the hint that it probably means something sexual, and my dad would be mortified if he ever said anything sexual to anyone ever, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Wish Roy was here to hear that story, unless he's been the whole time. I do not know. Okay. Now, question. Are we able to go anywhere else to level grind before the next thing? I don't think we can. But it would be kind of helpful if we could at least get the overdrive bars built up before we go. No. Nothing. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to go in raw. Unless there are monsters in here again. Really wish monsters would show up in here again. That would make this easier. Oh well. I have a feeling since we are so over-leveled that we'll be able to beat this boss regardless, but this is another one of those bosses that tends to give a lot of people trouble, so we'll see. Sorry, sometimes he be here talking, but seems not to be tonight. That's okay. I understand that people can't always be here all the time.
ジェクトさん、苦しいのかな。
終わらせよう。早く。祈り子も協力してくれるっていうしさ。
あの言い方気になるんだ。
Interesting contrast with my dad. He was a pastor, but not that innocent in the knowledge, lol. I mean, I feel like I feel like it very heavily depends on like what denomination you are. Like the specific branch of Christianity that my family comes from is just just very very puritanical.
それなら究極召喚じゃなくても倒せるかも。
Like I said, my relationship with them has gotten a lot better since I've become an adult and moved out and, you know, lived my own life and stuff like that. Like they're able to accept things more easily with me just kind of being on my own and doing my own thing. Sort of like, as long as it's not happening in their house, they're okay with it. But they're very, very, very puritanical. So being openly and being openly and unashamedly sexual isn't really a thing for them. It sounds like the opening to a doujin. Sure wish monsters would show up here in this abandoned alley. Oh no. I sure hope no big scary monsters show up and do horrible things to my unexpected body. My family is Nazarene. It's more contemporary, but rather divided on gay marriage. That makes sense. I feel like most forms of Christianity these days are. At least in the United States. Behemoths can get me. I kind of wish that Onyx didn't point out how weird the Behemoth's hands look in this game, because now I can't not see them. Their hands look so creepy and gross. Bye, Anthony. Have a wonderful time. Okay, now are we gonna go fight Whale Dad? Okay, no, hold on. I want to see if you will let us go somewhere else. Will you let us go somewhere else before we fight Whale Dad? Okay, you will? Awesome. Okay. Then we're gonna go to... Let's go to Mount Gagazet. That seems like a good place to do this. Because I feel like it would just be way easier for us to beat this next boss if we just cheaply go in with all of our overdrives filled up. Everyone just keep... Well, Waka, you shouldn't be in here. Waka, we're gonna get you out and replace you with Yuna. Okay. I poisoned you. Yeah, my job here is done. Turns out Onyx was really a Gengar the whole time. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll get that. Since Onyx doesn't... Onyx is not extremely familiar with the Pokemans. Okay, yeah, unfortunately the human characters don't have access to those abilities that... When they defend, do their overdrives not fill as much? Seems like their overdrives don't fill as much when they're defending. That's stupid. I don't like that. Fine, I guess they'll just attack then. Maybe I should change what their overdrive settings are. Set. Okay. Okay, I think this is the default one, right? Yeah, because this is the one that he's on right now. Let's try translating this just to make sure. Okay. Dekika. From rival. Damage. Ukeru. To receive. That's where the term uke comes from. In Yaoi. Ukeru. To receive. Ukeru to apu. Okay, so yeah, that's when you receive damage from an enemy. It goes up. Which one is this? Okay, deki ni dameji o ataeru to up. So that would be when you do damage to the enemy. Then if that's the case, then that would probably be the best one to put on them right now. Yep, and everyone has that one, so that's what we're gonna do for now. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now we can actually get everyone's overdrives built up. Come on, give me a battle. Give me a battle. Okay, okay, okay. So what I'm getting is Gengar are into quickies. Cream poison you and go away. Gengars are ghosts that like to do horrible things to people. Is the long and short of it. Are you serious? Yuna. Well, I did get her some black magic. Hopefully that will make her stuff increase faster. A tiny bit. Yuna.
終わり
That's what it is exactly, Onyx. You figured it out. Oh, frick, my last thing was Yeah, I changed the settings on my chat so that it doesn't censor nearly as much, but I don't think you can actually make it so that it doesn't censor anything. Pretty sure there's no way to fully turn the censor off because this is YouTube. Speaking of YouTube and horrible decisions, I don't know if you guys have heard recently, but there's been this tutorial trend going around that's like really dangerous and has gotten like 30 some people in the United States killed already. And this very nice, very smart lady made a video specifically about how dangerous it is and why you shouldn't do it, because it will like literally get you electrocuted and kill you. It like has already done that multiple times, and her video got removed from YouTube because YouTube doesn't make any fucking sense. Titus, you get out of here. Kamari, it's your turn now. I was explaining that Gengar was Ghost Poison type. That is also true. He is also Ghost Poison type, which was a problem with Ghost Pokemon in the first generation. Since they were all part Poison type, that meant they were all weak to Psychic Pokemon, even though Ghost was supposed to be the only thing that was strong to Psychic Pokemon. Which meant that in the first generation, Psychic Pokemon were entirely too powerful. That regularly happens to content countering bad stuff. It's really bad. YouTube needs to work on itself, but especially in that case, because like her video was really well researched, and she did a lot of she went into detail explaining like, this is exactly why this is so dangerous. This is exactly how much electricity is passing through this object with no insulation, and your body can very easily come in contact with it, and if that happens, there's nothing you can do to stop it because it is so much electricity that it will either kill you or permanently disfigure you. And YouTube took her fucking video down because YouTube doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's really bad because like the thing she was talking about, like the trend she's talking about, it's getting really popular like on YouTube. Like the videos showing you quote unquote how to do it are getting really, really popular on YouTube. And so a lot of people are seeing those videos and thinking, oh yeah, that looks cool, I want to do that. And the one video that was on the website being like, hey, maybe that's a terrible fucking idea, don't do it, you're gonna kill yourself, that's the one that YouTube decided to take down. Her name is Anne Reedon. Her channel is called How to Cook That. If you guys want to look her up, she's a really good YouTube channel, and she originally started as a cooking channel, and she does still do cooking stuff, but a lot of her videos these days are her explaining explaining how a lot of like the tutorial videos you see on YouTube are bullshit, and how a lot of them are just straight up dangerous and you shouldn't do them. Big tip for people, anything that involves electricity is a big no. To an extent, yes, but especially in this case, like, I had never heard of the thing she was talking about in the video before watching her video, so I had no idea what it was, but like when I heard her explaining what people were doing, I was like, holy shit, no wonder people are dying. That's insane that anyone thinks that's a safe thing to do. But hopefully the information is still getting out there that you shouldn't do it, because otherwise a lot of people are going to get very hurt. I've never known about it though, so is there like a name? It's, I can't remember the exact word, but it's a certain type of wood burning. Where what people are doing involves like sending electrical currents through the wood to create like these like lightning bolt patterns in the wood. So if you see anything like that, don't do it. And honestly, when you hear people explaining the method by which they do it, it should be pretty obvious that it's really dangerous, because it involves like reverse engineering technology that clearly was not meant to be used to do it, like a microwave. So it, and like using car jumper cables and stuff, like it's very obviously dangerous when you look at it. And but you know, if people see a bunch of people doing it, then they think it's safe. So unfortunately, that's just how it be. So I watch chemistry professionals do really dangerous things on their YouTube, but they put a disclaimer up front. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those people, they're different because they straight up tell you up front, like, hey, what I'm doing you shouldn't do because it's dangerous, and I'm only doing it because I'm a professional and all that stuff. But like the videos she was talking about were straight up like, hey, this is a cool activity you can do and I'm gonna teach you how. And like they've gotten like 30 some people in the United States have died already as a result of it. So I think she put another video up on her YouTube talking about the fact that the video got taken down. So if you look up how to cook that, her name is Anne Reedon. So I would suggest looking up her channel. And like I said, I think she put up a video specifically about how her original video got taken down. So I would suggest looking into that if you want further information on the thing that you should avoid doing, because people should know not to do that. Okay. You can defend. Can I ask just an obvious question? What is wrong with people? I mean, people did the same thing with eating Tide Pods. A lot of people are just way too trusting of this idea that if they see people doing something, or if they think they see people doing something, then they just assume that it's actually safe. Thankfully, the same thing doesn't apply nearly as much to when people know that what they're seeing is fake, because otherwise we as a society would be in even more shit. But unfortunately, when things are presented as being real, unfortunately, a lot of people are way too trusting of it and get themselves hurt because of it. Fad chasing, I get that is also a part of it too, because like a lot of the videos about this wood burning thing, they start getting popular on like 5-minute craft videos and stuff like that, and once it starts getting popular, then everyone's making videos about it, and once people see like all these videos about it, they think, oh, this must be the new hotness. This must be the new cool thing that we're all doing. So it is unfortunate. Mostly teens and young adult. Mostly, yes. But I'm pretty sure, at least with this wood burning thing, I'm pretty sure there have been a couple older people who have also done this. So it's bad. Like, I would say with the Tide Pod thing, at the very least, I don't think anyone other than teenagers were doing that. At least from what I understand. I don't think anyone who was like over the age of 20 did that one. Regardless, don't eat laundry detergent. I feel like that's kind of obvious. Don't try to reverse engineer your microwave into a wood burning unit either. That should be pretty obvious as well, but come on. Oh my god, you two are taking so long. Kamari's guarding animation from the side looks really cool. Like, from right here, he looks like such a fucking Chad. Come on. Why are you guys taking so long? For YouTube, keeping the family-friendly image is more important than to let adults put warning videos up to save lives. That does unfortunately seem to be the case, because that would explain why they took her video down, because it was like they took it down when it was just starting to get traction. So poor Yuna. Okay, come on, guys. Yuna and Riku just a little bit more, and then we can work on getting the Aeons overdrives built up, because they need their overdrives built up as well. That's not even limited to this. A lot of Sex education get hit with that too. Yeah, that's also not surprising since sex education has to deal with that on pretty much any platform. Any, heaven forbid we actually educate people on, something that is very relevant to their lives. I want to slap YouTube and ask who made you this way. I could fix it. The unfortunate truth is that corporations trying to turn YouTube into a TV alternative is what made it this way. That's why, like, that and just social media in general, that's why we have to deal with like censorship. That's censorship in chat. That's why we have to deal with legitimately important information getting stifled because it's not marketable enough. As someone who remembers like when YouTube was a lot less restrictive, it really is unfortunate seeing just how much like trying to increase profit margins has made spreading misinformation just even easier and made combating misinformation even harder. It's really unfortunate. Come on, Yuna. You can do it. I mean, lies sell, drama sells. Unfortunately, yeah. Yuna, no! Well, that was anticlimactic. But we lived, and that's what matters. Come on, Yuna, you're so close. Ignoring problems sells sometimes. OMG, she died. It's okay, she came back. It's okay, guys, she's fine. She just took a little bit of a tumble. I'm glad that even now, she still uses her custom scream animation for when she gets hit by lightning. Okay. Okay, defend. Defend. Alright. Defend. You're gonna use another Albat potion real quick. Now you are going to start summoning all your summons, and we're going to get their overdrives built up. This is heavy. What about the weather, guys? The weather over here? It was raining earlier, but not for very long. It only did that for a little bit. I think we established that death is kinda effed in this place. Yeah. In the world of Final Fantasy X, death doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You can die, but you can also get better. Would be nice if that's how it worked in real life. It's pouring right now. I'm jealous. I love when it rains. Of course, I say that because I never go outside. So for me, rain is literally just that sound I hear outside the house. And I think it sounds nice. I say I never go out as if I don't spend most of my time at work. But that, to be honest, that's actually where I spend most of my time. But aside from home and work, I don't really go out very often. You can die for real if the cutscene cameras are on. Well, even then, like, how many times has Seymour died in a cutscene and yet he's still here? Sun's about to set for me. Yeah, it's going down over here as well. Who's that nice looking bird guy? Oh, are you talking about Bahamut, my summon? He's technically not a bird, he's technically a dragon. But they did give him feathery wings in this one, so he does look a bit bird-like. Are you talking about this guy? This guy who's coming on screen right now? That is Bahamut. He's one of the stronger summons in this game. It's legit 7 a.m. for me here. I'm tired as hell. Oh, where do you live that it's 7 a.m.? Seymour is just Madonna. Block. Block. Summon. Can you ask for his number? Bahamut got the bar biddies. Oh, Vietnam, by the way. I don't know a ton about Vietnam. I do know it exists, but other than that, I don't know a whole ton about it. But that would explain why your schedule, or why your time zone is as different as it is. I'm legit right underneath you. Think, what is geography? No, you're not. I unfortunately live in the United States. I don't. Vietnam is not close to me. Block. Block. Man. Yeah. You do that. Wait, did you already get yours to full? Why did I summon you? Okay, you go away. I didn't realize yours was already full. You can go away. Block. 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 Okay. And Shiva. I thought you lived in Japan at first as well, though, because you were using Japanese time zones when you started streaming. Yeah. To be fair, the only reason I did that is because, like, most of the VTubers that I follow live in Japan. And so most of the ones I follow either live in Japan or they work for a Japanese VTubing agency. And so they tend to use Japanese times on their schedules. So I just did it because to me it seemed like the standard, and also because Japan only has one time zone, whereas I'm from the United States and we have 4 different time zones here. So sometimes when, like, if you're from the United States and you're doing something that's kind of international, you know, like on the internet, it can be confusing trying to figure out what time zone you should use for things. And so I was just like, well, everyone I follow is using Japanese time zones, and there's only one Japanese time zone, so that's consistent. So maybe I'll do that. But I got annoyed with it pretty quick because I kept having to convert things just to make my schedules, and I was like, you know what? I don't think most of the people who are watching me are from Japan. I know that a few Japanese people apparently do watch my streams, they just don't comment, which is very kind of them to just watch my streams and not comment, but I know that most of the people who are watching me because they know English. So I was like, I should probably choose a different method for my schedule. So I actually had a stream where I was asking people like, hey, going forward, how should I do my schedules? Because it's kind of pointless if I don't do them in a way that people are used to, or that don't make sense to people. And people told me just to use my own time zone and make sure that I indicate what the time zone is on the schedule. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And that's why I switched. I just know your 7 p.m. is basically sunrise for me. Dang, Baloo, your mom allows you to have 4 time zones? I mean, my mom doesn't have much control over the size of the United States. That's just kind of a thing that I have to live with. How's your overdrive? Still only half full. I'm sorry to everyone that this is taking so long, so... Gachimori is the only other VTuber I follow. He's a yaoi VTuber too. I know who you're talking about. I am also following him. He's pretty cool. Though I think my favorite of the Japanese gay VTubers is Kobabaru. Kobabaru is very precious. I love him. I want to hug him. I want to shove my face between his pecs. I want him to call me cute things. I want him to be my big brother, and I want to feel safe in his masculine embrace. Man, that muscle study book Gomtang was part of showed up on my timeline. I'm so tempted, but importing stuff from Japan gives me PTSD. I'm sorry, dude. Depending on where you live, importing things can be really expensive. I mean, even for me, like, America is one of the countries where it's considered pretty affordable to import things from Japan, and even then it's still really expensive. Okay, we're done with Shiva. On to the next one. Sounds like you were trying to force yourself not to get super lewd about that VTuber. I mean, more than anything, I'm just trying not to gush too much, because, like, I genuinely do just... I love watching his videos because he's just such a charming guy, and his voice is so cute, and it makes me happy to listen to him. How do you spell his name? If you spell it in katakana, I'm pretty sure it's Kobabudu. But if you write it in English, it's like a combination of cobalt and blue, like COBA and then blue. You'll know him because he has blue skin. His theme is the color blue, if you can't tell. Is it the guy? Is it that guy who Lucy? No, you're thinking of Deep Blizzard. Is the guy who Lucy? Oh, that's a different guy. He's much more popular. Deep Blizzard is much more popular, but I don't think he themes himself as a gay VTuber, despite his second life as a sexy furry man illustrator. I'm pretty sure his VTuber persona is considered more of a not alternative VTuber. He just his VTuber persona just happens to be a furry, but he doesn't seem to really try to market it as a gay thing. Sees his Sentai videos. Oh, I'm gonna like him. Yeah, his whole theme is he likes Sentai stuff and the color blue. So he likes to personify himself as like a Sentai hero with a blue outfit, and when he takes the outfit off, he's still blue, like his skin is blue, as a joke. And he's very charming, and I don't know if he likes to draw attention to it, because I don't know if it's a natural part of his voice, or if it's something he does as an affectation to be cute, but he has like a lisp. And I don't mean like in the quote-unquote gay way. I mean like he just literally he has like an actual lisp, and it sounds very cute. His voice is very, very cute. send me a link on Discord later. Yeah, I'll send you a link to him. I can't find him. How about this? I will retweet one of his Twitter posts. Yeah, Rabiel has it. That's his name. Pobablu. Sorry, I forgot that there's no E at the end. But also I will retweet something of his on Twitter. So but yeah, every time I come across another Japanese male VTuber who either explicitly gay or is like marketing themselves to that demographic, I follow them. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, keep hitting me with the element that heals me. Do it again. I love it. Yes, more. Bigger and more. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, this is taking so long. You know, now that I think about it, I think they added a setting in this version that lets you skip the animations for summoning. I should probably turn that on while we're doing this. So close. Let me check my settings. Config. Normal short. Okay. I don't know many VTubers aside from you, but that's okay because I can be 1000% unhinged here. That is true. Thankfully, since my chat, since I'm not like a super popular VTuber or anything, it's very easy for me to interact with my chat without getting overwhelmed. I don't think I'll ever reach the point where I'll have to limit myself to only responding to the super chats, as they call it, if I ever actually initiate super chats. I think I have to have like a certain number of subscribers before I can do that. But yay! Now it's fire dog time. Since they gave him a snout in this one, he looks kind of like a dog. Leaving for dinner? Have fun! I hope you have a wonderful meal. Ooh, come on. You know what else? I'm going to use some of these cheat enable thingies. See, which one is it? Yes, that one. You know what else? We're using the cheats now, people. I'm tired of wasting everyone's time. Come on. Just a little more. I just want to get through this so that we can actually continue the plot. Ah! It's not what I meant to click. Okay. It's going so fast that Riku is basically not moving. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Okay. How much longer? Hurry up and kill him. Die. Okay. Now we can shut these off. Now it's time for us to progress the plot. Or that. Titus, get in here. Running away. People be having dinner here while I haven't even get out of my bed yet. Have you just been laying in bed watching this whole time? I mean, if that's what you're enjoying. Okay. Now let us continue. Okay. That's the one for boarding the airship. Yes. What he said. Okay. I think we just go up to the bridge to fight Sin now. So let's do that. And then once we do that, that will probably be the end of the stream. So we're gonna beat this boss, and then once we can save after the boss, that's gonna be the end of the stream. All right. Getting popular ain't that good. Yeah, unfortunately, that's something that I've been thinking about a lot in terms of VTubing. That unfortunately, I worry that if I become too popular, it will cause a lot more problems that I won't be popular enough to be able to mitigate. If that makes any sense. Lulu. And Waka. Too far away? Seriously? Can you attack it? Okay. If it's saying too far away, that's making me nervous. Alright, let's summon Valifor. Hopefully Valifor's overdrive can work. Oh shit, I forgot I still had the short option on. Oh well. We've seen these animations a million times. It's fine. Are you serious? Okay, never mind. We're dismissing you guys for now. I'll bring you guys out once we are actually close enough. Are we close enough now? Let's try it again. He seems close enough. He looks like he's pretty close at this point. I can do it now, right? You're not gonna be a bitch about it? Okay, there we go. Thank God. There we go. Okay. Dismiss. We no longer need you. Go away. Okay. Orin. And Tittles. And you're going to master summon Bahamut. His still showed the full one. That's interesting. Oh, now it's doing the short one. Okay. Interesting. Interesting choice there. Yes, I know. I know how this battle works. I understand. Jack needs some skincare. He looking a little deep fried. He do be looking deep fried. That's just what happens when you become a giant monster murder whale. Alright. Now dismiss. Let's see how we're doing damage-wise. Okay, we're doing real good. Okay. Alright. Awesome. Good. 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 Because I didn't feel like having to deal with that. Alright. Now, it's time to fly into our murder whale father's mouth. Or our murder whale father's glowy orb thing. Okay, well, we've been streaming for 2 hours and the FMVs are still working. So that patch I installed seems to be working. That's good. Since Square doesn't seem to want to fix their products, I'm glad that I was able to find a different solution. This game is so crazy, what the fuck? That's just how Final Fantasy is, bro.
親父どこにいる
こちらから出向くしかあるまい。
前進あるのみ案内は任せてくれ
任せるよ。
行こう
Okay. Well, that's it for today, everyone. We made pretty good chunk of progress. And by that, I mean we actually really didn't. We mostly just fought a boss. But we did it. We fought that boss. And now we are very legitimately in the home stretch. I think at this point we can still technically, we can still technically get on the airship and go back outside of Sin and do some story stuff. But I don't think we're going to need to. I think we're at the point where we're pretty much just going to be moving forward, fighting the last few bosses, and then finishing up the story. I don't think we'll finish the story on the next stream. I have a feeling we'll have probably 2 more. I have a feeling like we're going to stream next week, and then probably the week after will probably be the one where we actually finish this game, and then we get to move on to 10-2, which I'm very excited about. So, but tomorrow I'm going to be doing more learn Japanese to survive, so hope you guys can make it for that as well. But until then, I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Bye-bye.